Hello, guys. Good evening. Good evening, guys from Dublin. Evening, guys from Ireland, from America, from Brazil, from everywhere. All the countries who are watching us. We are talking here from Dublin, from the Spirit Society of Ireland. Today, me and Nady, we're going to be talking a little bit about the planetary transition. So it's nice to have you all here, guys. Let's just check a few technical things here. So we are live nice on Facebook. We are live on YouTube. Okay, guys. So it's nice to have you guys here. Steven couldn't come here tonight because he's quite busy with his work. So it's gonna be myself and Nate tonight. So in order to start, we're gonna do our initial prayer. But Nate, can you just confirm that we are on Facebook? Can you check your Facebook?
Yes, we are. We
We
are
are
on.
on. Because on
Yeah.
YouTube, because my app here on my phone is it's not working properly. So yeah,
We
we
have
are live
done
on
from
both.
the start today.
Okay, guys. So let's do our initial prayer then. For those who feel comfortable, we'd like to invite you guys to close your eyes. Try to take a deep breath. Try to calm down our mind and our heart. Would like to ask guidance and support from the mentors of the Spirit Society of Ireland. Would like to ask wisdom to only speak about the work of Kardec in our Master Jesus. Would like to thank also for this great opportunity here for being talking about Spiritism in Ireland, to be talking about the work of Allan Kardec. We hope that this talk is going to be fruitful to each one of us, to the incarnate and discarnated spirits. We hope that after this talk, each one of us can think a little more about the changes that our world is facing. Thank God, and so be it. Let's start. Okay, guys. So today, as we said, we're gonna be talking a little bit about the planetary transition. Me and Nate will not gonna be giving full explanation because the topic is huge. Of course, please forgive us if we forget something. If we perhaps don't mention some work that you guys may know, but we're going to be doing our best in order to cover overall what is the planetary transition. We have some friends here. We have Dan. Hey Dan, good evening. I'm glad you like the topic. We have here Leandro Mudrai, our friend. Hey man, how are you doing? Glad to know that's all good on Facebook. We have here Daniela, as usual. Hi, Dani. We have Patricia. Hi, Patricia. So, Neidi, in order to start, I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to throw the fire on you straight. More or less, Neidi, what does Spiritism say to us is the planetary transition?
So, well, first of all, good evening, everyone. So it's very nice to be here with you guys again. Just remind everyone that is a free talk, so everyone is free to send a question to us to get involved and participate in this conversation. As Vanderlei said, we are not specialists here. We are just talking freely, so you'll be very nice your participation. So feel free to join us in this boat. So, answer your question now. What the Spiritism say about the transitory transition? Yeah, this time that we are living to be true right now. So the small that I know, because I'm not a specialist and I'm not to be true, this topic of transition is something I can say that is new for me. Why is new? Because in this almost 20 years, 20 no, it's 15 years that I'm studying, I'm knowing spiritism. I just get to know about this planetary transition. Well, I can say this. When I start to study the works of Kardec, and then I start to see some topics and some speeches I saw Divaldo talking about, and then I start to look, to search more about it and to get to know what is that, because I was curious about it, right? So, and what the Spiritism say to us is the planetary transition is the time when uh, our planet will pass for a big change, right? We will stop because our planet is a planet of expiation and trial and expiation, let's say, right? When we are coming here to learn, unfortunately, most of the times through the suffering, and is a word of many, I don't say wrong things, but the injustice, the moral law is too low. All the spirits that come here is spirits that with a moral law, low moral, okay? Low moral. That's right.
Yeah, yeah,
And correct me if I'm wrong.
yeah.
Sorry. And now what is happening? The planet Earth is going to the time of the trial expiation, to the time of what the word
Regeneration.
regeneration. Thanks. I was
Regeneration. Yeah,
of
that's it.
regeneration. What this mean? This mean that our planet is evolve like everything in universe that evolve. The planet Earth evolve, but what we're gonna talk today here, me and Wanderlei, that we are exchanging this talk, is about how these plants is evolve. Because we can think, but the plants evolve, but how? Like a plant that is growing and evolving, and not exactly. So it's exactly this that we're gonna talk about it today here in this our discussions. The all the things that the planet is that is happen on our planet to the planet to evolve, right, Wanderlei?
Correct. Yeah. But
Yeah,
Nate said something quite interesting, that it's quite new for her. And I guess it's new for a lot of people, because a lot of people, they really, unless you really study Spiritism, you would know about the planetary transition, especially before the COVID. But now with the COVID coming, a lot of people, they start to see lives on Facebook, and they start to talk about the planetary transition. And some people even ask me, Vanderlei, is the planetary transition starting now because of the COVID? Not really. We are seeing the planetary transition, but in Spiritism, even according to Chico Xavier, we believe that the planetary transition started maybe in the 70s. But once we
just
say,
correct.
yeah,
50s,
50s, yeah,
50s.
thanks, Nid, yeah. So it started a while ago, but we cannot be mistaken that, okay, it started in the 50s, so we are ending now. Not really. Because Allan Kardec explains to us in the Genesis that these periods of transition, which Earth and the spirits who are living on Earth pass through, they last for a good while. They don't last 50 years. It's more or less, let's say, if you are, imagine that we are 200 years ago, and we are going to a city. Let's say we are going to Dublin, for example, for instance, and you are on your horse. You see Dublin very far away, but you are not in Dublin yet. Maybe you are in the city of Dublin, but it's still, you are in the middle of the grass, you are still in the middle of the animals, in the middle of the rivers. So you see far away, even if you are in Dublin, you are not in the center of Dublin. Remember, we are talking about 200 years ago. It's the same for the planetary transition. We are facing the planetary transition. We are in the planetary transition, but we are far away from the seat center, shall we say, of the planetary transition, of the middle of the planetary transition. Divaldo Franco explains to us that we are in the very, very, very beginning. Of course, we have to understand also, as Nate said, Earth is not changing. So we cannot expect that once the planetary transition ends or once it's in the middle, the Earth is going to be different. No, Allan Kardec says to us in the Genesis that in fact what is changing are the spirits who are living on earth. And in the Genesis here, in the parts in the last chapter on the paragraph 33, Allan Kardec explains to us that the spirits who are going, who are not able to live on earth anymore, some of them they might come back even if they are not able to live anymore, because they want to have one last chance. They want to go and say, please allow me one more time. And it's like they are saying to the spiritual world, I'm going to improve myself, I'm going to be a good boy, please give me one more chance. And they are coming, but they are coming a bit different, even if they are not perfect yet. So this time of the planetary transition, according to Spiritism, is not about Earth, it's more about us. We have to do the planetary transition inside of our hearts. Once we start to change, the psychosphere of Earth starts to change. Then we are in the middle, or then maybe you are in a good position.
Mhm.
Neide, has anyone ever asked you anything about the planetary transition and the COVID? If they did, what did they ask you? Has someone any ever made any comment with you about this?
Yeah, I have not directly from me, but when some talks, sometimes when you talk, and I see the people comment about it and link it the what is happening now, what we are living now, that this is part of the planetary transition. And in part, I agree with them, of course, because everything that is happening now is part of this transition. And yes, but it's like you said, some people they are saying that is like is the that we are in the epicenter of the transition,
Mm,
and then is the part that I'm not agree with them because we know, like you said, we are not we are. I can say we are after the beginning, of course, we are leaving the transition yet. So this means that no, is not won't be complete with the COVID. The COVID is just part of, right, part of it. But the COVID is not the epicenter or the final part of this transition, like a lot of people are thinking. But I believe that yes, this happening now because what's happening is, as many times, we need a big shake to wake up. To wake up and to look for things that we are not seeing, Sarah, right? And I believe that they brought to us, or this is happening with our planet because it's a global thing. It's not just in a part of the world, like it's not just Asia or just in South America or just in Europe that is happening. It's the whole world that is suffering the same with the same thing. So it's something really global, right? So I believe yes, of course. I'm not doubt about it. This is part of the planetary transition, but like I said, this is just a big shake that we are living. So they are saying, "Hey, most of you, wake up. Let's take time and look for the things that you really have to see." Of course, that is most of the people. Not everyone will see it. Not everyone will work, but you see a big change happen now. I think will be our world will be like before COVID and after COVID.
mm.
This is already a big division. So I believe that this will brought up a lot things that we have to rethink, that we have to change in ourselves, change in our house, change in our work, change in our way to live, and change in our way that you see ourselves. So it's time to start our internal reform as well, to look to ourselves, things that we have to work on. So it's brought so many things to us. It's brought so much attention to a lot of things that I believe that this will start to change from now on. I believe that many things, even the whole cultures can have conscious that okay, we have to change this. Like it's happened already now. This is showing to us a lot of things that is changing because before we didn't have time to stop and see, and now thanks to this, unfortunately, not, but we have time to look and see. Yes, it's time to change this. It's time to change the way that we are living this planet. It's time to take care of our planet. It's time to look with more attention for this area or for that area. You know, so yes, it's part of it's part of the transition, but it's not the end. And is not all. There is much more to work on, and there is much more to come. And we have to be ready.
Yeah, Divaldo Franco says to us, that's not that's something that you guys can find online. So that's why I'm going to be mentioning that. In fact, the time that we are living now is just the beginning of the pain that the world is about to suffer. He's not trying to be pessimist. No, it's not a matter of being pessimist. But Divaldo Franco, I know some people, they may not like him, or some people they adore him. That's not the point. Doesn't matter. He's human like us. He can make mistakes. But behind the Divaldo Franco is Joana de Angelis. She's a really, really, really great spirit. Her moral levels are huge. She was even in the codification of the gospel according to Spiritism, and also some people, they say that she was related to all work of psychology. I mean, Divaldo Franco says that to us, that she's all related to all the work of psychology on Earth, even if she wasn't born as a psychologist. So she was the coordinator of psychology to come to Earth. So when Divaldo Franco says something, Joana is behind. That's why a lot of things that Divaldo says regarding to Spiritism is something that maybe we should think. And Divaldo says to us that a lot of other problems may come to us. We are not saying that another COVID will come. No, we don't know. Divaldo doesn't know. Joana doesn't know. And do you know why they don't know? Because it's a matter of free will. Because the spirits, they say to us that the march of progress depends on us, human beings. So as Nate says, if after the COVID-19 we start to be a bit smarter and we start to rethink our own ways and we start to act better, a lot of bad things may not come to us. Why? Because we are changing, we are improving ourselves. But Jonah says to us, if we don't change our way of thinking, our way of dealing with each other and dealing with Earth, another bad things they may come. It may come. So it's not an imposition of the spirit or of an imposition of God. The spirits, they give all the choices in our hands. So now it's really up to us. And we cannot say, I don't know what should I do. We all know that we should be nicer with each other, that we shouldn't treat Earth as bad as we are treating. We all know that we should improve our moral. And there are things that humanity is doing still that uh, once we see, we say, come on, how come that guy, maybe he's a prime minister, he's a president, or maybe, could be our friend. And you ask yourself, how come that person is still doing that? But the opposite happens also. Once we are doing the same things that we shouldn't have been doing anymore, and we ask ourselves, or sometimes we don't see, and then someone says to us, how come, Vanilla, you're still doing that? So if we don't change, if great, not I mean great, but if people, powerful people on Earth, they don't change the ways which they are dealing with population, with Earth, and if we don't change ourselves in our daily lives, more bad things may come to us. In the question 784 of the Spirit's book, Kardec asks the spirits, come on, you say that everything is getting better, everything is getting good, but don't you think that humankind is getting worse? Of course, I'm using my own words, okay, guys, please. You guys can check the question 784 by yourselves. And the spirits say, come on, you are wrong. Just see, because nowadays we have something called internet. We have this. You see our faces. So we have WhatsApp, we have Facebook, where we can share all this information straight away. Before, in the past, we didn't have that. That's why we believe that now things are happening faster. We are people that are killing each other more than before, people that are being worse with each other than before. And in fact, it's not true. We are living the time that people, even if they are still committing mistakes, they are trying to change most of them. And that's the most necessary point for us if we don't want to suffer even more. But of course, it's easy to say, hard to do it. Uh,
like usually.
Tell me, Kate, what do you think? Do you think are we doing enough to change ourselves in order to make the planetary transition smoother? What do you think?
uh, I don't I don't think that is that we are, how can I say, if I say that some people are trying very hard, I can see. And but yes, we have to think more about it. We have, special for us spiritists, people special, you know, because we, like we said, we have access to the information. We have the cardiac work. We have a lot of things, a lot of topics on the internet about. We have a lot of source, and once that we have this all this information, we, of course, we cannot use the skills. I didn't know. I didn't know how to do. I didn't know how to. We know. So for us, for the spiritists, I think this responsibility will be a little bit bigger. So we have to do our part. Yes, we have to try the best that we can. It's not easy, like you said. We know that even for us that study spiritism is easy. Practice practice spiritism is not easy. We know that. We know how hard it is. But we have this. We compromise ourselves with that. So we have to try as hard as we can. It's not. Anyway, I don't say that we will be a saint or an angel one day to another. We're gonna sleep a devil or a bad guy and woke up a good guy. No, that's gonna happen slowly, like I said. But we have to every day to think before we act, and to learn and to try to look for the thing a little bit, different, to help in these transitions. Because as you mentioned something in the beginning that I would like to back in a point when you said that we all have our last chance. All the spirits that incarnate on earth now and they will in this continue incarnating earth now during this transition, there are many of them, much of them, they are here maybe for the last time. Because I think we'll be very injust in the spiritism say that, on the, I think even Haroldo say that on his speech. It's very injust if God just take these spirits, and remove them without giving them a chance to try once more. So I have see, and this we have been mentioned in many books for different people on the spiritism movement, that there is kills and kills of spirits waiting to reincarnate in earth to try again, because they want a last chance. Some of them is coming not because they want, because they even don't have conscience that they are on this stage. So they are coming by the compulsory reincarnation that we call in the spiritism
Yeah.
vocabulary. So this means that the group of spirits that organize the reincarnation of them take them and make them reincarnate here in earth. Well, a lot of these spirits, they are not good guys. A lot of these spirits, they are having really the last chance to make the difference in the future. Because I will say, once that earth, you'll be in different vibration, you'll be in a, what the name again? Transition,
To the regeneration.
regeneration. All the time I forgot this word, I don't know why.
Okay.
Once that the planet will be in a regeneration world, what's happened? These spirits, they won't be able to reincarnate here anymore. But why they won't be able to reincarnate in Earth anymore if they have, if you got the juice and want to give them a home, let's say, because of simple fact of energy. For example, let's give you a very simple example. Take someone that used to live in a house when this person don't have conscience or don't have time, is a big mess. They just throw the shoes in everywhere, they throw the clothes everywhere, they don't clean the house, they used to live in a big mess. And that for them is okay, because in his head and his style of life, it's fine, live like that, not a problem. Take this person, move them for a house with everything in place, everything clean, everything okay. Leave them for 1 week, for a few days. When you're back, that house will be a mess again. Why? Because this person doesn't know how to do it in another way. They don't know how to make the bed. They don't know how to. I'm not. Are you really use a silly example here, guys? Please, no, don't be hard on me, please. But it's like that. Like when you're back, the house will be a mess again. That beautiful house that you left and you put that person there, you'll be transforming again in a big mess. That's the reason why these spirits that they're not in the same vibration, they're the same moral level of the planet, won't be able to reincarnate here. What they're gonna do? They take these spirits and put in another world when they are in the same level, when they think the same, that they learn everything again to the point that they can move on. It's like a school,
Yeah.
right? For example, you go for the first class when you are 7. You will learn and you'll be ready. When you'll be ready, you pass to the second class, and then to the third, and then you move to you go to the university and you graduate. Imagine if I take a 7 years old that just start the first grade and put them on the college. Will adapt? No. What they won't adapt. They have to back and go through all the classes, all the levels to they will be ready to go to the college. It's the same. The same will happen with us. We are, if you will be in the same level, the same understanding moral that we are of the planet, we will be able to come and to live here. If not, they will put us in the place when we are fit, that we are on the same level. That's what's going to happen. So
Cool.
for those who are here and really enjoy, want to continue here, and of course have they understand, it's our job to make this planet better. And like I said, on the future, probably many things will come because we, like I said, like we are talking all the day about this. What's going to happen? A lot of spirits from the low zone will come and they will do what they do the best. That is
Mess.
mess around. Sorry,
Yeah.
but this will happen. But of course, in another hand, what's going to happen? We will have on the other side a lot of good and high spirits reincarnate here, to help the planet to evolve, to help the planet to go through the regeneration, right? So we have that's when those who are not good and those who are not bad, we are here and we don't know where we are going, what to do, which side are we going to take. That will be the time to decide. Or I decide to move on, to change, and to go to continue, or I stagnate here and I will be back to the first grade. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Neji brought some very nice points. Very, because we were going to say about this, but one thing that some people they think is that the world of generation age is a paradise, and in fact, on the Spirit's book, Kardec explains to us that the world of expiations and atonements has more evil than goodness. The world of regeneration is not a paradise, not the opposite. It's more or less where they face each other, at least in the beginning. At least in the beginning. After, good starts to prevail. But in the beginning, they're going to be more or less together. And Nate is saying is very Nate was bringing an interesting part, because what Nate said, it's even in the Bible and in the Hinduist book, the Bhagavad Gita, in the book, if I believe I'm not mistaken, even the book of the Egyptians, the book of death, they all talk, and a lot of traditions, the Babylonians, they used to say that we would have this day, the this big day of changing. In the Bible, we see that as the judgment day. Of course, all these people, they were talking about the road of regeneration, but using metaphors. When Jesus say that there will be a day that we're gonna be splitting animals, I forgot the name of the animals in English, but he's basically saying we're going to separate the animals which are a bit more wild to the good animals. So the ones which are not good are gonna come to this side, and the animals which are good and are nice, they're gonna be in this side. And Jesus has many examples, where he talks about this separation. And as Nate said, it's separating now. But Nate brought a really nice point. Look what Nate said. that yes, a lot of spirits they are coming here because they must have their last chance, and that's because God is not only just, it's not only good and the superior intelligence. God is merciful and good. So if God is merciful and good, He must give to all the spirits one more chance to say, okay, go, go and try your best. And then Nate said the spirits they reincarnate. Divaldo Franco talks a lot about this. Divaldo Franco says to us that uh, probably Joana de Angelis is reincarnated already or will reincarnate in the next few years. Because Divaldo Franco explains to us that more or less when the medium is close to die, his mentor is about to reincarnate. That was the case of Chico Xavier. When Chico Xavier passed away in 2002, yeah, Emmanuel had reincarnated about 2 years before. Of course, that's not a rule, but that's more or less what the spirits say. And we all know that Divaldo, even if we love Divaldo, he's quite old, so we never know when he will go. Uh, but Divaldo explains to us that Joana is about to reincarnate, Emmanuel is reincarnated already, Francis of Assisi will reincarnate probably in Europe, where, according to the spirits, the superior spirits, is the most atheist continent on earth now. And Francisco or Francis is about to come back to Europe to try to bring not religion, but to bring spirituality, not the spiritism also, because not everyone has to be spiritist. But Emmanuel explains to us that we all should have some level of spirituality, not religion. Let's make quite clear. You can be an atheist with some level of spirituality. And when I mean spirituality, I don't mean to believe in anything related to any kind of old religion or tradition, but to believe that there is some force around us. And these spirits are about to come. Even Kardec is about to come, Joanna says to us. As Nate mentioned, okay, all the spirits, as here Patricia says to us, um, Patricia says, I totally agree with your mass example, Nate. Great analogy. Yes, I agree with Nate. Thanks, Patricia, 100%. But in that mess that we are living, you know, because God is merciful, He says, okay, a lot of bad spirits are going. And by the way, guys, once we mean bad, there is no 100% bad spirits because no one is created good or bad. We all are creating the same level. Just to clarify, these spirits that we call bad are spirits which are in fact ignorant. But all these spirits, all of them, even once you take the worst person that you can imagine in history, okay? Even that person at some stage will improve himself. Maybe not on Earth, as Nate said, maybe in another planet, somewhere else. Let's say Mussolini, Adolf Hitler, Osama bin Laden, all these people who really cause a lot of harm to society, maybe they're not generating on Earth anymore, but in a different place. So good spirits will come also because God is merciful. He says, okay, the trouble is there. I'm gonna send not the heroes, but I'm gonna send with the infantry, whoever was in the army, no, the ones who's gonna go and do the hard work. And that's what these spirits are about to do it. They are coming here to help us to make society to progress, to make the transition smoother and less painful. So as we said, we're still gonna suffer a bit. But as Nate said, good spirits, they will come to us to make everything smoother or to help to make all this transition a bit easier. Here we have Daniela saying, and there is no way to cheat on this exam. 100% agree, Dani. There is no way. We are going to the next level only if we learn the lesson. The best thing is God knows our capacity and He's going to ask us only things that we are able to do in each level. Sometimes, sometimes if we can, we might try to do a little bit more and better. I agree with you, Danny, 100%. 100%. We all wanna have to pass this exam. What do you think about what Danny said, Nate? Tell me.
Yeah, I think she got a really good point here because, like she said, God don't give the lesson that he knows that we are not ready for. If you are getting something here, it's because we are ready for it. Then you give us the task and the opportunity that he knows that we are able to. And then we have to use our free will, we have to use our knowledge, we have to use our faith, you know, and to get this task done. You know,
Yeah.
some tasks, some trials won't be easy. It'll be
Oh,
very painful. But that is up to us. How you face that. You face that with courage, with love, with faith in God, believing that there is a reason and we are capable of, and keep going in a good way without choose the wrong ways. Because we all will have to make our choice, left or right. And one of them you'll be the good one, the right one, others want to be so good. So we have to really choose with love. I think if you put our heart and I don't know, ask if you are in doubt or if you are in, in a very difficult moment, take a deep breath, ask for help, because as you know, we always have someone helping us on the other side, because we are not here alone by ourselves. Like go there and solve your problems yourself. No, we have always someone that loves us on the other side, trying to help and cheers for us every time that we get the things right. So we have to sometimes face with courage, with love, with faith, and keep moving for the good way. Because I believe if you keep doing this, if you really do it, really say, okay, I want to do it, I want to get to the next level, you'll be able to do it. Most of us, like I say, we have a lot of help, guys. We have a lot of tools today on this day, so we cannot say that nobody helped me or I don't have any help. We have just to look to the right direction, because sometimes the help is just there, and we are so involved in that problem, so involved in ourselves, that we don't see that there is someone standing the hand. We have just to take it.
true.
So
Yeah. I mean,
let's do our
sorry.
part.
Yeah, we have to do our part. But sometimes people they come to us and they say, ah, but only Spiritism is talking about this. But as we said, many other philosophies and religions are saying that about the planetary transition with a different name, by the way, only a different name, and they see it in a different way. So each one of us on Earth, we know that this change will come. The Maya said that, and also on. But sometimes, people they they think, as you said, Nate, which I agree 100%, that we have more responsibility. But we have to understand that we are very lucky also to have spiritism to help us. But in the other hand, if you get someone who doesn't have spiritism, I think Nate is off. She will come back. Nate's back. So
Sorry,
I
guys, my
think
internet is just not stable today. I just changed here. Let's see if it works better now.
now you're great, Nate. So sometimes we have to understand that as I said, I really agree with Nate 100%. We have more responsibility, yes, but we are very lucky to have spiritism. We are very lucky to be born to now in a country, like such as Brazil. Like I know Don, he lives in America. Some people, some of our friends here, they live in Dublin. Some of our Italian friends, Portuguese friends, uh, but we all, it doesn't matter where we are from. If you got to know Spiritism, we have to say that we are lucky. But make no mistake, for those who doesn't know Spiritism or don't believe in anything, as Nate said, they have the capability of using love as the greatest tool. We are using our brain, our knowledge, because we have Spiritism, thank God. But for those who doesn't have Spiritism, who doesn't have this knowledge, I think what Nate said, for me it's beautiful. Just use love. So if you take love, of course, I'm not talking about love between a couple, but love in a brother sense. Okay, I'm living here now. I'm working, and should I do that bad comment against that person, or if I'm in, let's say, I'm going to a shop, and should I go? I mean, I'm not here to judge, but should I go without a mask, knowing that most of the science nowadays says to us, wear your mask. Be careful. If you know you're a bit sick, don't go out. You know, if we start to use love in this sense, in the way of in the sense of caring for one another, we are improving our vibration, we are improving ourselves. But maybe I know Danny lives with a few Irish people who have no idea about spiritism. I'm not sure, Danny, you can tell me if you have told anything about spiritism to them. But if there are people who are doing their best every day, who are trying to help one another, maybe they're not saints, maybe they're not giving soup to the people in the streets, and that's fine. But whenever they are in a difficult decision, they think, why should I cause damage to the other person? No, let's be fair. If you are trying to be fair, you are in the correct path. That's why we always say that spiritism is not the only tool. No, it's not. You can use many tools. But some people they like spiritism because spiritism gives explanation about the planetary transition, about how we should act, how we should deal with situations. But for some people who doesn't care about any philosophy, as long as they are good, they are okay. That's why I think what Nate said it's
Exactly.
great, you know. Uh, but
Yeah, that's very
you
important to
guys,
remember that, Madeleine.
yeah. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
As
I
you
was
say, you
go
don't
ahead.
need to be a religion. No, no, just that's something that you're very important. I always like to remember. You don't need to be a religion person
No,
to do the good or to do the right things. You can even be a atheist. You can don't believe in God at all. But if you have the conscience that you are doing your best to a better life for yourself, for those who live around you, that you are doing good in a common sense, you know, you are not doing things wrong. You are not prejudicing the person. We are just, you know, want the best for you, your family, in the good way, in the right way. Be a honest person. Be a humble person. Don't be selfish. Don't try to get your life better, prejudice other persons. All this stuff. You are doing your part. You are doing great. You don't have to believe in God because you believe in something that is not God, but you believe in something that is good. So you are doing your part as well.
yeah.
I'm sorry, I think my internet is not helping today. Sorry, guys.
Uh, but Nate, going back to what you said now, um, Danny said here. Yes, I agree with Danny 100%. Danny is saying here to us, basically, do to the others what you'd like to do, the others to do for you. 100%. That's what we call the golden
Perfect.
rule. If you follow this, doesn't matter what you believe. If you believe in something, you don't have to believe in anything. That's why there is a beautiful passage in the gospel in I think Matthew 25 when Jesus is talking to the apostles and he says to them, when I was in need of clothes, you gave me clothes. When I was hungry, you gave me food. When I was cold, you gave me a jacket. When I was someone who was in a far away and unknown land, you supported me. And then he said the opposite. But for those, when I was there in Hungary, you didn't give me food. When I was cold, you didn't give me a jacket. Once I was in that land, you didn't care about me. And the apostles, they turn, not the apostles, but the people around Jesus say, but Master, when did we see you in these conditions or when did you not see you in these conditions? I'm trying to simplify, okay, guys, please. Sorry because I'm trying to translate. But then Jesus says something beautiful, which for me is the heart of the gospel. If you did everything which I said that you did for me, but not to me, you did to the others, you did to the strangers, you did to the people around you. In fact, it's to me that you did. So what this is saying to us, once you care for the others, once you do as Danny said to us, once you do to the others what would like to be done to you, in fact, you are doing that to Jesus. Of course, what I mean Jesus here is because we believe in him, but that works is the same for an atheist. If an atheist is doing only good things, he's following this beautiful path of light. And that's the light that we should try to be following if we want to make the planetary transition easier to each one of us, not only about us, because now The COVID taught us it's not only about me, it's about what I like, it's about what I want. It's a matter of about it's a matter of the others surrounding you. So it's a matter of putting the mask to protect the other ones that you like. It is a matter of not going out to protect maybe the elderly people that you have at home. It's a matter of maybe washing the hands of your children all the time in order to don't pass to elderly people, you know. So it's a matter of doing things that if we didn't have the COVID, we wouldn't care. We would say, "Ah, I don't care about the others. Why should I be washing my hands? Why should I be wearing a mask? I don't care." But now we are forced to care.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
why,
That's what it is. Sometimes it's
yeah,
just because you're not care because you don't like. I don't care. Sometimes you don't realize how important was this. So, like you
yeah,
said, put the other than before. Like I will make the effort. I will sacrifice myself. Like I stop to go somewhere. I stop to see someone. Or I have to avoid to do this or that to protect someone that I love it. So that make you in this position, put you in that position. Something that maybe before you didn't think, but this brought you something that you have to stop and think about. And then most of the people they are having some situation like that, and they are really from this point they were different, and from now on they start to act and start to think different because of because of the COVID, let's say. So for some people that was a really shake up, like look what wake up, look what you're doing, you have to be attention this. So that's the importance of the situation that we are living now, I think. Of course there is a bad side, and there is but for all the bad things that happen, we have to take a lesson, and this is a big lesson that we are learning.
especially now because
And I think once that
sorry, Vanid, sorry, because the internet was
sorry,
breaking. Sorry,
yeah, sorry for that.
it's
No, I
okay.
say, and I think once that we change our vibration, we change our way to live, everything around us will change. Because, like I said, the big change start inside. The change has to start from inside to outside, and not from outside to inside. Because sometimes we always wait and when this happened, the transition will be done. When that happened, then we always waiting that something outside, something external happen that we can for the big change happen. No, the big change will start inside. When we change from here, then we start to do different, we start to think different and see different, then we're gonna see the big transition, because the big change will happen inside of us, inside of each one of us.
Yeah, I agree with you. If we don't do anything, it's like about the mess that you said in the room. Nate was with me in Portugal. I always use that when I'm talking about this topic. But there was a guy, André Trigueiro. I think some of you guys know. He has wonderful. He has a really nice channel on YouTube where he gives daily speeches. You know, he makes daily lives. Unfortunately, it's in Portuguese, guys. But I think on YouTube you can add subtitles in English. But André Trigueiro, Ned was there with me in Portugal once. He said that a little girl told him once that spiritism is like a light. So her room was very, very messy. You know, she was saying to him, her room was messy, you know, was dirty things everywhere. And she could feel that everything was completely messy because she could touch it, she could walk around. But once she got to know spiritism was like a light. So it was like if she was in darkness and she switched on the light. So she was explaining to André that the light didn't vanish all the mess. The light didn't make everything to get in the proper place, you know, to be tied. But at least now with the light, she was able to go and see where the mess was and try to change, to fix by herself, because the light wouldn't do it for her. It's the same with spiritism, guys. Spiritism brings to us this knowledge that we are facing this planetary transition, that we should be trying to be nicer with each other. Science is bringing to us all this huge knowledge regarding to the COVID and how we should act at this time in particular in order to make the each one of us lives better, to less people to get sick. But in the end of the day, it's going to be up to us. If we don't do that change, which Nate is saying, the internal change, guys, there is nothing you can do. If you don't do this, if you keep coming here Tuesday, Thursday, or Sunday, and if you're not trying to improve at least 1%, the same is for us. We come here all the time to talk, but if we are not changing ourselves, when I mean, guys, change yourselves and ourselves, I'm not saying because we are watching lives on regarding to spiritism, we're gonna become angels. No, 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 no. We are still the same uh, crap is not about
Watch
the
your
word,
words.
Yes, we are still, we are still being the dirt in the grass. We are not yet a beautiful tree, a beautiful flower. We are still only the dirt in the grass. But once you are trying a little bit, the spirits understand, okay, Vanderlei has this, Nate has this, Danny has that, Patricia has that. They know they have that, and they're trying to improve, but they keep failing. But they see in our perispirit that we are trying to move forward, even if it's really, really hard. And that's the greatest thing which Spiritism brings to us. Here, Danny makes another comment. I know a lot of atheists who have best heart than a lot of who goes to the church or spirit centers. I agree with you 100%, Danny. And I find
Hmm.
this quite a lot in the spiritist movement, even more to church, to be honest. Because sometimes in spiritists we think we are too clever, and we are not. To be honest, sometimes some of these people are bringing the best in me. So it's not about believing God or not. It's about of our behavior. It is about ourselves. That's what we are trying to say here. Danny said everything here. It's a matter of us. I leave another comment here, Nate, and you can talk about the other comments of Danny. Is that okay? Here.
Yeah. So we're still having the same weakness, but try to improve. Yes, we should just complement the comment. And you're right, Danny. Uh, exactly the example of the light that Wanderlei said. It's something like that. Is we are able to see our weakness, and we know what we have to improve. Doesn't mean that we will do it once that you see it, but at least you have the conscious that we have to work on this. It's like I say that I have a problem with my um, how can I say, with my temper.
Do you, Nate? No.
Very explosive,
No.
or that I have this, so I know that, and I have to work on this. I have the conscience that I have. Doesn't mean that I'm gonna just sweet and patient person. No, of course not. Maybe you take me like maybe don't know how many years, or even maybe I'm not. You'll be completely, fixed on this incarnation. But at least I have the conscience, and then when I do it, I will know that I did wrong. That will be easy for me to go to someone and say, "Look, I'm sorry, I was too explosive, or I should not say that." I will, because I'm conscious that what I did is wrong. That's the difference. And before I just did, and I say, "Yeah, whatever I did because I'm doing it. That's it because I am like that, and I'm born like that." So no, it's not because I'm born like that that I have to die like that. You know, I'm born like that. I know that I have these issues. That means that I will try to fix somehow. I will try to work on to be a better version of myself. Like you said, I don't know. I don't know. So I don't know if it's philosopher or someone that said once that we are not the same every day. Every day we are someone new. Why? Because every day I learn something. So every day when I wake up, I'm a better version of myself. And we are like that. We are improved. We are in constantly improvement. We are in constant evolution. Everything. So every day we have to work to be a better version of ourselves, to wake up a better person. So this is very slow movement. It's a very slow improvement, but we improve. And I believe when you get on the end of your life, and if you did the best that you can, and you look back and you say, yeah, maybe I didn't change too much, maybe I'm not, but I tried. I tried very hard. I tried the best of I could. You did everything. You did everything. It's most important that you not, is try, is keep trying, like Danny said. I think that is the most important part.
Yeah, and if because we're gonna find a lot of people on the way that's gonna be saying to us that we are not doing enough, that we are not good enough. A lot of people who is gonna say to us that we should be like this or like that. Allan Kardec says in the Spirit's book that we always should listen to our enemies. Why Kardec says that? The Spirit says to Kardec, sorry, because the Spirits they say to us, once you hear your enemies, most of the time they're gonna say the truth about you. If you just listen to your friends, you're just gonna hear the good side. But yes, people they're gonna say what you should be and what you should not be, how you should act. So listen to those people, but don't take any action. As they said before, take a deep breath and try to filter, because sometimes they are saying actually the truth. Maybe you're not really doing anything, and they are trying to shake you to say, "Come on, Vanderlei, let's go." And maybe because of what the people who doesn't like you, whatever they said, maybe you're gonna start to change. Because most of the time we don't change. At least myself, but I know a lot of people who are like this. We don't really listen for those. We don't really listen those who love us. We listen to people. Let's say once you are, let's say, in a meeting job, and someone says something about you, and you don't like, you are really fed up. But then if you start to cool down, you start to realize maybe that person is correct. Then we have to go and do this internal change, as Nate said. So it doesn't matter where you get the information, what you have to do. Try to do something. Try to change. Because if we all try to change together, then we are helping the planetary transition, and then we are becoming part of the planetary transition. As Nate said, to do our best every day, to be our best version today and tomorrow. Patricia comment here, nice comment. Being aware of our unique weakness is the first step to try to improve. Yes, 100% agree, Patricia. Once we are aware, we are like us. That's what I was saying. Maybe you're aware because someone that you love told you, but maybe someone that you don't like told you the same thing. But at least you are aware. So don't take things which people say about you personally. Try to listen to them and say, okay, that person said about me this. Is that true or not? Let me try to be smart. Let's treat this as some kind of business idea, business meeting, whatever. But yes, it's nice if you are aware, of your weak points. And then he said here also, one important thing is to recognize our weakness. As Patricia said, yes, we agree. Accept, which is difficult, and then so try to improve. Yes, guys, if you guys are aware, if you are aligned on that, there is no way of things to don't really improve. They're not gonna be easy, but at least we're gonna get there if we have this kind of mindset. But Nate, would you like to say anything before we finish?
No, I just what I have to say is simple. The planetary transition is here, is happening. Okay? So there is no way to run away from that. Doesn't matter if you believe or not. Our planet is change. If you don't believe in the spiritism, say look for the scientific side. There's a lot of change happen. The change is here. It's up to us to make this happen in a good way. So let's do our part. Let's take care of our planet. Let's take care of ourselves, our family, our friend, everyone that we love. Everyone, let's take care of each other because this is our home. Like this, let's make this a better place to live. If it, maybe I say maybe I'm not gonna live here when this is a better place, but those who come after me, your sons, your grandsons, and those that you continue, that you be here, that you enjoy. So that's what we can.
Let's do what we can. Okay, guys. So we have here, guys, just an announcement. Would like to do it, Nate, please?
Oh, tomorrow's Wednesday. We have a studies group from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock in the evening. If you want to take part, if you want to participate with us, we are studying the Spiriteers book now. You don't have to be expert. You have just to want to know more about Spiritism and to have an open heart and open mind. Spiritism Ireland gmail.com. Just send an email and I will send you the link that it is doing by the Zoom. It's not an open room. I will send to you the link. You just click there, you're in the room, and you'll be with us. You'll be very welcome, I'm sure.
Yeah, please, guys, come, guys. Everything is done in English, guys. So Nate and Tanya, they look after you guys. So I'd say that's it, Nate. So would like to do the final prayer. And okay, before we do the final prayer, would like to thank everyone. Thank the guys from America, from Kardec Radio, thank here Don. He is always here with us. Leandro, Dani, Patricia, Daniela. So guys, thank you very much for your presence here. But Nate now is going to do a final prayer, and we hope that we're going to see each other on Thursday at a 7:15, and on Sunday at a 11:15. Okay, please, Nate.
Thank you. So, guys, if you can, if you feel comfortable, you can close your eyes. If not, you can leave it open. Let's take a deep breath. Elevate our thoughts to the Master Jesus, to the high spirits. Start to say thanks. Thanks, God. Thanks, Jesus. Thanks, the high spirits, for this opportunity, to this meeting today, to be here together with all of you, to discuss this so important topic that we are having now. That we can have faith, courage to continue to do our part, to take part on this transition, to make it happen in the best way possible.
Sorry.
That God be with us this week, through the whole life. And all of us will have a good week and be in peace. So be it. And
Okay, guys, thank you very much. So I wish you guys have a good night and a lovely week. Take care. Bye, guys. Bye, bye, bye. We're gonna close.
bye.
You. Bye.